with it right. Here with who I started with, we something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, H-Ray, no Central Coast, mom and suicide. Only arsonist. I step in the booth and cast, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Beautiful linda raza. Do me a favor, man. All I ask is that you hit the like button. That's it. It's free. It don't cost you a Zelle, not a Cash App, none of that. If you're listening live, listening on the replay, again, thank you again. 2 years, we passed 14,000 subs because of you guys. And the shit is hot right now. And if there's ever been a time to talk about brown issues, is when there's brown issues happening and at its peak, right? So anyways, hit that like button. If you're new to Chicano Street, hey, my name is Mikey. I'm from Salinas, California. Let me give you a short bio if anyone is new on the channel, because we do get a lot of new people, Midwest, down south. The East Coast is tapped in. Of course, the Southwest, predominantly raza, is all tapped in. And we're going to talk about that because they're talking about boycotting restaurants, boycotting businesses. And these are brown businesses that they're talking about boycotting. Who else but your boy Mikey saw it coming and said the crabs are going to reveal themselves and they're going to be tearing off heads of other brown people instead of wanting to unite, right? It's all for Instagram. It's all for TikTok. But it's no real action, right? That's all it is. But anyways, my name is Mike Diaz, from Salinas all my life, 44 years old. Young man, grew up in the gutter and has ascended way past that. And since I grew up in the gutter, I appreciate every motherfucking thing, everything. There's not a second that goes by now as I live my life that I don't stop and smell the roses. There's not 1 second. Am I going to be zoned out or lost in reality, consuming drugs and alcohol and all that shit because of everything we went through? So welcome to the channel. I'm going to give it to you from a Chicano perspective. It's through the brown lens that we see things, and anything that affects the brown people here, we don't try to push politics on no one. Absolutely not. Though a lot of people, they try to, push politics this, politics that. Gente, if I was trying to push politics, which in the United States we know is a two-party system, I would have said some crazy shit, and all the trolls would have let loose, and all the haters would have started hating. But I don't see it through those lenses. I see it through a brown lens, is what I've been saying since day one. If I was trying to push politics, I'd be talking about, well, this party started the KKK. And this party, did this. And do you want to go down that rabbit hole? No, hell no. So we're going to see it through a brown lens. And that's why we're open to have conversations with any group that wants to have an intelligent conversation that's solution-based. That's it. All right. Now I got the official statement from, now it's a long-ass intro, huh? I got the official statement from the Santa Fe Springs Swapmeet. That's why I don't like to be first and just jumping out and saying all these things on the as soon as they break, because I don't know it to be true. I put off talking about Alexa Carrasco until at least tomorrow night. Now, forgive me first, because, first we got to do the pozole party, so my bad, gente, okay? The pozole party is going to come first. You know how that goes, okay? We're going to knock some pozole out tomorrow night, so I might jump on a little bit later than usual. Maybe I'll do it like around Hoodstocks. I know they kind of do like an 8 o'clock slot thing. I might do it like a Hoodstocks thing, but I don't like to jump out on the Alexa Carrasco thing because there's still more details that are coming out. The Santa Fe Springs Swap Meet now has released at least what's an official statement coming from the Santa Fe Springs Swap Meet. I have never been there, for one. And two, it is exactly the same thing as what I call the San Jose. Not what I call, what is. the San Jose flea market. It's the same thing. They call it different. DJs call it different things in San Jose. The Garden, the this, the Oasis, or whatever you want to call it on these flyers. It's a swap meet with the shade, with DJs, stages, and music. And since it's San Jose, of course, a lot of it is freestyle, and a lot of it is Chicano music, right? Hip hop and all that too, but more freestyle Chicano music. So the official statement, hold on one second. Give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen. Let's read this together. Let's read this together, right? Give me a second. Oh, okay. I'm going to part like this. The death rolls in the casa. Yeah, let me go ahead and read some comments. Freedom of speech. Everybody stay strong. Absolutely, cabron. If we don't have freedom of speech, someone's trying to muzzle us. They're trying to muzzle us. But what we got to do is get past the point of our political affiliations, or I feel like this about you because then here we go with brown on brown, and the crabs come out, the same ones. They don't want to make no progress. They act like they do. They post like they do, but they don't want to make no progress because why wouldn't you want to talk to the people that are the lawmakers of the country to get shit done? Well, they voted for this and that. It's so easy to fucking throw that around. Well, you voted for this. Is that the easiest way to coward out of an intelligent conversation? You voted for this. That sounds like some coward shit. That sounds like you can't hold a conversation. So the easiest thing for you to be is like, I ain't gonna talk to you because you voted for her, him, them, us, etc. That's right, my boy. That's right, Barrio Tactics. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabron. I know you like that hat I just brought back from Mexico, cabron. I know you like that hat. That was a badass hand painted hat too. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's show the official statement right now from the Santa Fe Springs Swap Meet. But before I bring that up, here's the thing. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. Here's the thing. So right now they're going after a restaurant, a restaurant out of Phoenix, Arizona. Right? They're like, hey, cancel the restaurant. We need to cancel the restaurant because they voted for Trump. Okay, I get it. I get it, right? Obviously, they don't like Trump. They're going to go after the restaurant and say, fuck it, cancel everyone. I get that, right? But wait a second. That would be the majority of red states, right? Again, we're just cutting off a huge portion of raza that actually over 50% of them voted for 47 when he was 45, right? And right now, as he's 47. We're cutting off a lot of people. So is that okay? Because we're trying to come to the table with all the raza included, all the raza together, but yet we're cutting off a bunch of people, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 states. There's a lot of red states. I didn't think that based on what someone voted for, that it wouldn't make sense. Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, it wouldn't make sense to say, you know what, fuck that, because what are we going to do? To further divide the shit now? Now knock off completely red states. Okay, fuck the red states, and you want to get rid of all the raza? How does that make sense? And the contrary can be said too, right? That came out on the news also as well. And I was like, so we're supposed to starve the raza in red states for you to feel good on the internet? We're supposed to wish ill will. Hopefully the roof falls over their heads to make you feel good on the internet. I'm asking that. That's a question. Because this boycott culture, how far do you want it to go? All right, let's go back. I think I can go ahead and play. I'm gonna play a couple more comments though. Daniel Gonzalez in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. He says, "What's up, Mikey and the Raza? I appreciate you sending mines. The Friday is the first day of summer. We're gonna have to peel out. We've been talking this ish already since the new year. Best body 2025. Better get in shape. I've been in 3 times a week hitting it now. So we're gonna peel out pretty soon. Here comes the summer, but everything is good. I appreciate you, Daniel Gonza. Barrio Tactics says Trump issued orders to ICE not to raid meat markets and etc. To my knowledge, that's what we've heard, cabron. Again, this is why I never go all in on anything, right? Remember, like Reservoir Dogs and Big Joe, and how he was like, "I know it's him," and the other guy's like, "How you know it's him?" Because he's the only one I wasn't 100% on. 100% on. Remember that on Reservoir Dogs? I can never be 100% and say something so clear, but I understand uh that it's got put out there. It's just there's so much fake shit. I don't know, bro, but they say it came out of his mouth. I don't have the clip here. Wait till Wednesday night. We'll play the clip, and it shows that our voice got heard. Wait, that's what it shows. But let me about before we get to the statement, the official statement. I got it right now. We're gonna read it together. This is coming out of LA Taco. So there's an Instagram page. I like to give credit because the content doesn't make itself. So shout out to LA Taco. And but let's talk about that really quick. The ice thing. The ice thing is right now blazing like a wildfire on social media. And I'm not saying it's not an important issue. I'm just saying look at the programming. Look at the programming. Especially because there's a lot of mentally people right now will jump on social media and believe the first thing they see without even questioning it. It's the Bible. They just saw the meme, boom, it's the Bible. That's what I mean. Have we dumbed it down so much that so the immigration thing, why does it disappear for a lot of years at a time? Does that mean they stopped deporting people? Do you think in the years that it was calladito, there was no one getting deported? Why did it stop at that point? The programming. The programming. It's all the programming. You know what I'm saying is true. Lavar el coco. Television. What does that mean? Come on. Tell a vision. I don't know. I mean, how much more? It's that easy to understand, you know. So when I see ice, there, you know, and the primo's an ice agent, and they're the primo's not invited to the carne asada more because he's an ice agent. Shit like that. And we spend the night at each other's beds. We're literally brothers. We're primos. But now the crabs are going crazy. Instead of preaching a message of unity, it's like, look, this shit is burning to the ground. I say, but let's get together and change the laws. That's what I say. Can we get together and change the laws? But again, they want to start turning on the raza. So now they're turning on raza restaurants in the Southwest. Hey, she voted for Trump. The whole fucking family is 100% raza. 100% brown people. Those states are full of brown people. The crab really shows in a lot of cabrones. The crab really shows. Can't come to the table and talk. He says deportations are a segue into Americans getting deported for being against the war. Shit. Imagine if that broke the news all of a sudden. Americans being deported. So I'm glad you brought that point up, Robert Cicero. Let me just, if the gente didn't know, let me also put this out there. Gente, if you get detained by ICE and you are an American citizen, and let's say some way out shit doesn't happen, that means they like born in East LA. That means you're on the other side of the border trying to plead your case. Hopefully you clarified it at some point, right? Where they were like, okay, this dude's an American citizen, and you get stopped by ICE, detained, thrown in the little jailhouse PD station. You got a check coming if you can get a lawyer, get an attorney, and start filing. You got a check coming. They got These law agencies, ICE, PD, all of these law and Homeland Security, they all have E&O insurance. E&O insurance. Errors and omissions. Guess what that falls under? That was an error. I busted someone, I profiled them. I had Wayward Son one time on here talking about profiling. He said if I was crossing the border next to 3 or 4 weddles with blonde hair and blue eyes, who would they question? Is a legal citizen or not? Ain't she Wayward Son, man? I'm gonna have him on. I've been in the DM with Wayward Son with TikTok. He's been busy, but he stepped up his game too. His podcast is coming together, man. It's coming together. He's put some equipment in there, and shout out to Wayward Son. But I haven't heard him say anything that hasn't been true to the date. To the date, and that's if we research it, right? Name me one law that we didn't have to fight for. And Wayward Son starts going. So he's going to come back on the podcast. But anyways, canceling restaurants that are full of raza owned generations because who they voted for is brown people going after other brown people. I'm going to keep just screaming this. That way the brown people can know, oh shit, I'm getting emotionally charged because of my phone. And instead of saying, let's come together and put solutions on the table and get in positions where we can change the laws, then we could do some shit. All right, now let me go ahead and play. Not play. Where's the statement from? Por favor. If my audio cuts off, please drop a comment. No audio, no audio. I got pretty strong 4G over here. I'm gonna reset my audio as a matter of fact. Let me do that real quick. Just wanted to reset my audio real quick because that shit happens. You know what I mean? My phone sometimes blows up like AT&T. It's always business. It's always business. So the official statement now says this. We swap. This is coming from LA Taco, an Instagram page. So shout out to them. I like to give credit. LA Taco. Okay, here's the caption at the bottom, and then we'll read the fine print post and their official statement. LA Taco emailed the manager Chris Woodson. So either he's a güero, he's a gabacho, or that could be a moreno name too, an africano name, but email the manager Chris Woodson, but he is the owner. You know, like Mac Dre said, my name is Furl, the owner of the building. You want to be Furl, okay? LA Taco emailed the manager Chris Woodson, but has yet to receive a response. Okay, yeah. However, the Swapmeet did post a statement on social media following the community's backlash after Saturday's raid. Let's read it. On the left. Oh, okay. It's the same post. So the statement's on the left, and on the right is the post, but it's the same verbiage. It's the same post. We confirm federal immigration authorities were present at Santa Fe Springs Swapmeet last night and detained an unknown number of persons. We were given no notice of their arrival, and at no point did our team consent to their enforcement on site. To be clear, the Santa Fe Springs Swapmeet and the personnel did not coordinate with ICE or are we going to start canceling people that don't go to protest, give a public fucking statement? Is this where we're going? Is this where we're going now? We've dumbed it down that much, huh? I'll hold. No, let's finish this. Hold on. Did not coordinate with ICE or participate in any pre-planning of immigration enforcement with federal officials. These actions were completely out of our control We understand how concerning this is for our customers, vendors, and staff. The Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet has always been a place of connection, culture, and commerce for all. Official statement from the desk of Chris Woodson, Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet, which again I compared to the one in San Jose, in San Jose. Okay, that's right. All right, back to the comments then. Johnny Sodor says, Mikey, what it is? I'm just right here, man. I'm chilling. In and out is done, cabron. People think I eat it every day, right? Well, maybe about 3 times a week, but it's the carnivore diet. I just go for the Flying Dutchman. But they think I'm doing animal fry everything. Even they think I'm buying animal fry soda, even animal fry soda. But I'm good, man. Summer's coming up, and we'll talk about Alexa, but we're talking about the boycott culture. Here we go, the raza, right? First, anything, right, that voted for a certain person, let's go after them. Fuck it. Let's press on them. Let's do an Alex Enamorado. Fucking knock on their door. Is that what they want? Fuck it. Put out a list. It's going to be a lot because it's over 50% of the raza, I'll tell you that. But since you're so amargado, since you're so bitter and amargado, and that's what you want to use to keep dividing, it's the same thing with politics. Red, blue. When it's a brown issue, keep that shit out of the brown issue. Or else we're going to stay on a hamster wheel and not ever get to no solution on nothing. The immigration, absolutely, they could put un chingo de dinero into that shit. They already canceled $1 trillion in contracts. Are you kidding me? These moves are so high on the highest level of moves. This is the highest level of moves. And the ones that want to keep controlling us, baiting us every 4 years for our vote, got us so focused on the crumbs on the table. Like, fuck it. Politics, banging. And most of us came from banging backgrounds too. And we don't even realize we're still banging now. But now it just changed into political banging. I say that because I reached out and I got some feedback, and I'm not the type of person. I think this is why people they DM me, because they'll know this. I'm not the type that ever puts out personal DMs, screenshots, none of that shit, right? I had to do it one time when they came after me, and that was the YouTube yarda, and they almost stabbed me. They put me on freeze and all that shit. Oh shit, that was wild right there, man. The YouTube yarda. Shout out to all the fellas. I know they're doing their thing over there. I don't know what's going on, but I will give homage over to OG Triple OG and who started everything, and Chemos Flicks, man. Shout out to those two, man. Shout out to the homie Hangout, the YouTube yarda attorney. We've been carving out our own lane here for 14K 2 years. So let's go back to this. Are we boycott? Let me open the camera. Oh, I gotta take the image off. What the? Andale, I was like, is it a mobile studio? Hold on, gente. Oh no, that wasn't it. My bad, gente. It's the mobile studio. What the? Hold on, hold on. Where is the post? That's crazy. Let me go ahead and get into some comments right now. That's right. Hit that like. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Alexa Carrasco, but that's gonna be tomorrow night, man. First, we got a little pozole party going down. After that, we're gonna get into that. All right. It's crazy. I'm gonna change cameras. Fuck it. Yeah. I actually like the other camera. Yeah, it's better. All right, perfect. All right. So, how far are we gonna go into this, and how long are the people not gonna realize we just want to go at each other's throats? You seen me post on the on my IG stories, right? The pocos pero locos. Oh man, didn't I tell you? I did. I talked about that on a trip to Kentucky. And the wifey remembers it. We were in the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife. We were in a hotel room in Kentucky. Okay. And I came up, I did a live, of course, just always on the fly. What am I going to title it? Is Paco a sellout? Is Paco a sellout? Paco Bound by Honor. It moved over to Amazon Prime. I don't know if the Raza knew that, but go run those numbers up. Bound by Honor, top, at least one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. At least, right? It's on Amazon. And I said, they got so many clips on Bound by Honor that they can use, right? Hey, well, there's a can of Chinga Tu Madre right there. Help yourself. And then Chuy gets up on the couch. Perro vendido. There's so many clips on there. Oh, the one where Popeye. Hey, that's a nice placa you got there. You should be riding with me. That's another one. Remember? Oh, shit. That was crazy. And then the wifey asked, she goes, man, that was crazy. They carved it on his chest. I said, man, the 90s were a little bit different. The 90s were a little bit different. But remember, they had cut it off of Crucito first. All right, I don't want to digress. I don't want to digress. They cut it off of Crucito. Let me go back to the comments, man. Vic says, I was forced into the military as well. Damn it. I had the Brown Braves on here one time. I've re-invited them over to the platform. Carlos Montes, the co-founder of the Brown Berets, I was privileged that he would accept my invitation. I was honored, man. Did you see the questions we're talking about? All history, all Chicano history from day number 1 of the Chicano movement. Day 1, we got the history on YouTube. And again, it could be agree to disagree on the politics, but we don't disagree that brown people need to advance, move forward. That we don't disagree on. That's the common glue, right? Again, not to the crabs though, but anyways, you're forced into the military. Damn, cabrón. Chinga. The closest I got was I went to camp twice, way, but it is what it is. That was 2 years of my life. Okay, so let's go back to the boycott thing. That way, people that are listening can know we're on the boycott theme. How far does the raza go boycotting and wanting to starve other raza? Starve them, take money from their pockets, take food off of their tables. How far? How far are we gonna go? Are we gonna get to the Alex Enamorado banging on the door with pitchforks and torches? And still see nothing wrong with it. Well, yeah, it's because today, and you don't even know it's the 10, 15 posts. The 10, 15 posts that got you emotionally charged. That's what happens when you're not grounded, I guess. You got to be more grounded than that. I've always said this, reality is when you hit the X on the phone. Matter of fact, stay off of that. That was the number one thing I kept pushing on the farm workers in Monterey County, as they trust and see that we got a process going on, bridging the gap of communication with ICE, bridging the gap of communicate. We're trying. And how I did it was I got out of the city politics. I went even higher. I went to the regional politics already. We could have stayed at the city council, the city this and the city that, or a board or a commission. But I went higher and I contacted the highest person I know that's knocking on the door to legislation in the California and becoming like a senator. It's too much work to do, man. Mikey, any information, homie, on homegrown? You know what? I got that. You just reminded me. I got that charge once. When they put that charge on there, it was the 90s. So it was a different time. There was no 9/11 that happened, right? So that word started getting used more after 9/11, but I got that on a charge once and I was not tripping on it. I was just like, I get what they mean. I get what they say, right? Domestic, right? And it's like this, gente. It's like, shouldn't we want where our children walk, live, their future, right? A lot of us count our kids, our grandkids staying in this country. Shouldn't we want those places to be the most safest places? I'm asking the people. Shouldn't we want that? Isn't that just common sense? Because they're trying to throw common sense out the window. They're trying to tie all like my dad used to have a like an American tank top or an American hat back in the 80s, probably one of those trucker hats or something like that. But now they're trying to tie having any kind of pride in being American or even flying that flag into something negative. That's never going to happen. Not here. You got that twisted. And it's the propaganda machine. Because 10 IG pages said it, I'm down with it. All right, let's go to about 1240, gente. Is this blood in, blood out? Orale, that's right. They just moved it over from Hulu, because they're contracts. They're gonna see where they get the most views. Amazon's a big one. I've been kept that one. I never thought about canceling that one. Um, so I mean, I don't like all the raza movies. I gotta keep it a buck, man. I gotta some one I watched. I'm not even gonna say the name or the network because I don't even want people to be like, "Oh fuck that," and fucking. But I'm gonna tell you always 100 what's on my corazon. One time I saw a movie. It wasn't too long ago, and I was like, "Damn, it's like they're trying too hard, or that wouldn't be how naturally a Mexican family would act." So when I see it like far from reality, like, hey, this shit could happen, that's how people act that I see every day. And I grew up Mexican, right? With primos that are cholos and the whole shit. The whole shit. I was like, okay, I'm still gonna support it, still bought it, still went to see it, still did all that, and posted it on IG, posted it on the platforms. That way they can get, more numbers. But some of that shit I was like, man, that shit don't look like, Blue Streak. Remember Martin Lawrence with Blue Streak? Friday, all those movies. Three Strikes, that was another one, man. Three Strikes was another one. Classic. All right, so let me go back to the boycotting just to finish it on this point because I want to conclude at least with the point, people that watch back, because I ramble and then we digress a lot too. Is absolutely a wrong thing for me to wish any ill will on anyone that's raza, hardworking, honesto, trabajador, luchador. Them, the whole family. Just don't be surprised. You'll see the people posted out there on their social media. Cancel them, cancel them, cancel them. In essence, they're looking through it through their red and blue lenses instead of the brown. So when they see posts, like say Republicans, when they hate Democrats, then they see everything with red glasses. Okay. And it's evident because they're just trying to pull people to their political party. Now, Democrats see everything through blue glasses, hate everything red, and are constantly trying to bring people over to the blue side of it. But how we need to see things is through the brown glasses. Period. We can always find common ground. Don't get that twisted. But division has always been the plan. As far as this cabron on from Santa Fe Springs Swapmeet, I don't even know where's that little thing at. Okay, well, I can't find a statement no more. As far as him, Chris Woodson was probably the investor of Santa Fe Springs Swap Meet and is not sitting there every single day because he probably has a huge portfolio, dozens and dozens of buildings. So he's not sitting in a hot ass booth on a Saturday chilling at one of his properties. He just cares about the deposit on the first of the month and getting the money that he is deserving because he bought the shit. So I'm like, they're gonna might come after me next. You never know. Mikey, I'll let you know right now before the pendejos even say anything. I own a couple halls. One of Mikey's halls had a quinceañera and ICE came. Did you see that statement? We did not authorize any. I don't even think you need to authorize anything. There's so many videos right now where they're snatching people up and the people are saying, show me your warrant, show me your order. Show me your warrant Show me your order. And they snub that like nothing so easily. Why do you think that is? Son pendejos? No, I don't think it's son pendejos. I think they know that not being in the country legally is like being on parole. Straight up. When you're on parole, no rights. No rights. I think they know that. And I just want to clarify that to maybe the people never even understood that. Why is that? That's why it is, man. Vic says from an American perspective, that's right. Imagine me shitting on this country, bro. And my parents, wanted to come here to give me and my only sister a better life. And I take advantage of opportunities. I learned the financial system. I learned taxes. I learned insurance on my own through mentors and my own investing into learning. Take advantage of it. And then all of a sudden on the back end, fuck that. No, I have now. If I was flying a Mexican flag, there would still be nothing wrong with that because I'm Mexican. You want to see my birth certificate? Because I got a Mexican birth certificate. Sas. Oh, American first, Mexican second. Yeah. And it's not even a debate. Anyone can debate that, but we're not getting hung up on all that because remember, we used to, okay, like on the All Facts podcast with Top Fu, Compa Raider, and Prime. Que Salvadorans are not raza, bro. We're not going back, bro. We're not trying to start 1.0 low level conversations. That ain't gonna get us nowhere, but more division. They're not raza. That podcast is entertaining as hell. I haven't seen a full episode yet. I kind of watch 5-10 minutes, usually on a little workout or something. But it is what it is, man. Some people just talk cheese, man. We can stay divided, but we're gonna end up on the same list. Chingas. Pinchy Robert just said we're gonna get thrown on trains like the braceros. I know that was crazy when he said about the braceros, cabron. But again, boycotting other brown businesses, where does that get us? They're already showing videos of the shops all empty, all the restaurants empty, all the shops empty. How many of those are brown businesses that aren't making money right now or haven't made money for 2 weeks? How many of those are brown businesses? Riddle me that. Okay. So, but hold on. Okay, we established that, right? We established that. You felt that, right? We want brown businesses that have been shut down. We want them to open their doors up and make money, right? There's ghost towns of the swap meets and other shit. We established that, right? Now, here's my follow up question. Does your help and assistance to them matter on who the fuck they voted for as the president of the United States? Does that affect you? The calle Olvera Street, Olvera Street, probably all, let's say over 90% Olvera Street, raza own puestos, food trucks, vendors, ropa, Olvera Street in LA, right? I just thought about it right now. Okay. Does the raza want them to open their doors up so they can have sustenance and eat? Is that a yes? Okay. But here's how you know. Here's how you know something's off. Probably because the internet te lavó el coco. Now, does your helping them, is that contingent on who the fuck they voted for? I'll hold. Some of us are 50% more European. Yeah, I have a cousin, and he's a second cousin of mine, Wadey, and I found him on Ancestry DNA. His dad era Güero, way. His dad was a sheriff, not sheriff. He was the sheriff, the main one, elected sheriff on a big ass billboard from like 86 to 88 in Monterey County. You could look it up, Irwin. And I saw his DNA that it had England. And I'm like, that's the Güero, side of the DNA, England. Um, but then they throw Spain in there too, right? European. So I've seen a lot of brown influencers, they don't want to hear, the brown berets were on my podcast. And the brown beret, one of the brothers from the brown berets actually said, we don't kind of uplift the Spanish side because of what they did to our ancestors. And even after that podcast, I was like, shit, I'm proud of both sides equally. Imagine living in your own skin and you don't even like it. How could you be living in your own skin? Like, shit, man. Get off the internet. You know what I mean? Oh, man. It's good, though. The conversation's always good, man. I appreciate you guys, man. We just hit 14K, man. Gracias, you guys, man. But the boycotting thing is brown going after brown people. How about that? All right, let's go another maybe 6 minutes. Let's read some comments because the comments are real interesting. Those empty shops, the owners probably got deported. Oh, shit. There was a crazy video. HCB was the gardener. He had a white truck. Did you see the video? He had a white dually truck, and the dude took off, barely taking his tools out of the truck. Two chicks. The Chicano comes out. Two chicks. Two ladies walked up recording, and he even dropped a torta right on the ground. And they even, with the camera, they went, oh, fuck. He hadn't even took a bite of his food. He was parked in the shade, and he was just sitting. He just put the bed of the truck down to sit on the bed of the truck with this torta. And they snatched him up. And again, these are situations that are like, hey, we got to find who we're going to give the personal property to, the truck. That's why I'm telling the raza, I talk with the field workers about this. I said, you got to have contingency plans. You got to have contingency plans. Who's going to be in charge of your finances if you get deported? More importantly, do you have a contingency plan for your children if you get deported? What about contingency plans? These are the things people don't talk about on the internet because we'd rather grab a fierro and go after each other. Well, that restaurant in Phoenix voted red. Fuck it, let's cancel all of them. So have them starve and their kids starve and their grandkids starve so you can feel better because you have a political affiliation. I think this is why a lot of people don't want to have the conversation. It's going to go past their fucking half a brain cell they have. But again, as far as the European thing, there's a lot of indigenous people that are, hey, and the Europeans. Well, I'm Spanish, 47%. Matter of fact, I'm 52 though. According to Kiawi, he said over 50%. That's who you are. Kiawi's the judge and the jury. He knows not one. All I gotta bring Kiawi. I'm gonna try to invite him back on the channel. It's real hot right now. I don't even know if he's on social media or not. But I'm 52% indigenous and 1% Africano. How about that? On 5-5 Korea. Make rooftop Koreans great. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Is that like a fucking day drinking? It sounds like a day drinking club in LA. Rooftop Koreans. Is that what it is? A day drinking club? Matter of fact, me and the wifey were looking at Vegas already. And I want to go out there to one of those pool parties out there in Vegas. It's gonna be a heat wave, but I told her, okay, I want to research maybe 2 or 3 more hotels. Because there's some bad ones, right? There's Tao, there's even the Mandalay Bay has a bad pool. Caesar's Palace has a bad pool. We're gonna go out there for like 3-4 days, but it's gonna be roasting hot. I'm gonna come back prieto, but that's all good. We don't take a free ride from anyone. That's right, man. No, we don't. And I know there's a lot of these other little clips on social media that, oh, Mexicans aren't the most hardworking people, and I guess they're people that identify more on the American side. Okay, they're proud, whatever. They're Americanos and all that. Again, I see the American flag. I'm good. There's no triggers on that. But I get that some people get triggered by that flag. I don't. I'm good. All the way good. Matter of fact, we'll probably step in the DJ booth for 4th of July and let's just go in maybe on an Americano mix. You know what it is. Nothing but rock classics. But It's because we bend over, break our backs 8, 10 hours. I never seen anyone work that hard. Construct. Did you see the video of Los Güeros at the construction site? And there was like 60, 50 people, 50 people, all in the construction, everyone moving in slow motion, looking at things, don't even know where anything goes. And I'm like, what in the when the meme said this was on a meme, the video, right? Doom, 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 doom. And the meme said 10 Mexicans could have got it done way faster, less people and all that. But I don't know. Hardworking people, we're hard, man. We're hardworking. I guess the Americanos get a little bit, what? The oil fields, I get it. The steel industry, whoo, shit. Some of those tools, just carrying, picking up some of those tools weigh more than me. So I get it. Some hard ass work out there. Plaza Mexico, yeah, where all the raza gets together. That's right, cabron. I still know some native words passed down. I think if you want to, if I think if you want to European, tell them to deport your ass over there to Spain with the rest of the white people. I want to one of these days, bro, just take a trip, man, to try to find my roots. This is what I know, is that the last name Diaz, my last name, comes from the province of Leon that used to be the kingdom of Leon in Spain. So I do know the origins of where the Spanish side is, but now I want to know the origins on the indigenous side. I'm thinking of doing that shit. And I'll lightweight vlog it, not the whole time and shit, but I'll lightweight vlog it too. And the only thing is I got a mom's side and I got a pop's side. That's why I always was trying to ask the question, like, are we from our fathers or are we from our mother's lineage? That still kind of gets me. I'm not too clear on that still. To keep it a buck with you, when I'm clear on if my lineage is my mother's side or father's side, I'll probably go to Mex and find the indigenous roots. You know what I mean? The Mexican ones I already know. Like on my dad's side, I already know like 5 generations above him, and on my mom's, I know at least 2. So my Mexican heritage, I already know. And the people that say that Mexico is not a race, about the funniest shit I've heard, man. Mexico, all of a sudden, we're not a race, huh? Those are the people that say that Mexico is not a race. They're trying to lightweight erase us. They're trying to lightweight erase us. So fuck that. When you hear someone say Mexico's not a race, tu madre, güey. Dile, tu abuela. All of a sudden, we're not a people. Shh, get out of here. My grandpa had blue eyes. Orale, that's right, man. I miss Hans, Aaron. I appreciate you, cabron. My aunt married a white military man. Yeah, a lot of the Chicanas, they got married, man. It's called assimilation into any culture. You over here, you're gonna get assimilated way. I mean, that's normal, right? We got to be past that off, fucking be mixed, and at the same time, respect people that want a pure bloodline. At the same time, don't start. Again, we look at things objectively on Chicano Tube. Don't be one way. Well, fuck that because that's not what the raza believes. And who are you, the spokesman for the raza? You're the judge, the jury, the almighty fucking high priest for the raza, or what? Yeah, we got to be able to embrace both sides, man. It's ice fall, scaring the people away. Damn, shit. There you go, man. It's messed up. We're over here just, getting ready for summer. I ain't got to worry about none of that shit. We got papers. We're planning vacation trips and shit. But I get it. The raza's fucking, the ones that are hardworking and have families. They have kids and grandkids. And, bro, when they start disappearing is why I said, nah, Charles Street. Charles Street. So you'll see me holding up the Mexican flag. Just know where I'm standing on and where I'm coming from. Just because you voted for something doesn't mean you have to agree with the whole pinchy package. The whole package? You could have liked a party's just stance on one thing. And then the other thing, like, whoa, wait a second. Homie, don't play that. But people don't want to admit that. I'll admit that. But people don't want to admit that. I'll hold. From Spain, migrated to Mexico as a baby in the 20s. That's right, cabrón. Shit, Luis Miguel's dad is Spanish. Luis Miguel's dad is Spanish. Mom, 100%. Mom's 100% Italian. And the cabron was born in Puerto Rico. My wife told me that one time when I was trying to be like, okay, what makes you, raza, what makes Chicano? I was kind of just racking shit around in my brain, right? Like, okay, the concepts, the core beliefs, right? And then she told me, what about Luis Miguel? He was, dad is Spanish, 100%. Mom is Italian, 100%. And he was born when the dad was on tour in Puerto Rico. And he was raised in Mexico. And Mexico now calls him like, they call Luis Miguel, they call him El Sol de Mexico. How much they love the cabron. So who am I to say he's not Mexican? That's why we moved on from that conversation. Vic says, I'll stop, wait. Repping Barcelona, man. Bang that shit, bro. Get that flag blasted on you, cabron. Okay, so Wednesday night, we're going to deep dive into, probably talk about immigration. I ain't gonna lie, it's still on fire because, again, 4 years, this is going to be a headline. I'm calling it right now. Timestamp this shit. 4 years, they're going to tell you this is the worst country and they're separating people for 4 years. And then if another candidate from another party gets in there, you won't hear anything. Will they still be taking fathers back to Mexico and other countries? Yes. Will they still be going to Home Depots? Yes. Will they still be here and there? Yes. But what's the difference? It's called the calladito culture. Shh. Politicians, we don't want that attached to our names. Shh. Don't mention that. That way they believe what's on the news and then they'll feel good. George, music for all season. I appreciate you, cabron. Here we just kick it the way Chicano Street. Every city got a Chicano Street. I'm not sure if you know this, man. It's where you go down there and you see the Chicanos and they're wearing khakis, bands, and no, that's more cholo stuff. But again, we're first generation, at least and up, where we were raised, with that American flag. So that they're trying to attach the American flag over to some shit. We're like, hell no, miss us with that. But again, our opinion, how much weight does it have on things when it doesn't really affect us to the point of we're not getting deported? Someone could say that and they have a valid point too. The streets are empty. Damn, man. Olvera street's empty. It's crazy, bro. All the swap meets are empty. One time I remember I bought a charro outfit. I kid you not. I want to say it was on Figueroa. But then I think it's the name starts with the H, Highland. But anyways, there was nothing but shops over there. I came up, man. So you'll find things over there that you won't find over here. I'm in Central. I'm on the Central Coast, above Santa Barbara. People don't even know where Salinas is, though. I'm right above Santa Barbara. Robert Lucero says, I'm Spanish. Órale, royalty, lineaje, regal. But I could care less about Spain. My kids are in America. To each his own, though. At least you're in a country where you can say that way. And you ain't going to get cuffed up. Would I try to ground people on the principles of, hey, we can get in powerful positions if we look past our little differences. And the people that don't want to do that are just in it for likes, clicks, and views. Straight up, without even saying it. Why? Because if I knew, even if I didn't like the president, but if I can get in the ear of someone that's in the ear of the president, why wouldn't I want to do that to help the brown people? Am I a crab? Oh, Vic says Ruka. Rukas will probably there's a lot more single ladies now in their 40s and stuff like that because the culture is telling them you need a man that makes $150,000 a month. And the standard list is so high because of the internet. He needs to have a six-pack, make six-figure money. Oh, man. I miss Kevin Samuel, man. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuel. He would set us all straight, man. 100% Michoacano. That's right, my boy. Shit, he comes off banging on him. Tarasco, aquí también, way. Half of me, you know that. Pop side, Cualcoman. and their other primos lived in the town next door. My bad. Don't even know if you heard what I said about Michoacan, like, but it's all good, man. Four locals getting bodied. I saw a dude at In and Out just yesterday. He had two Four Locals. No bullshit. They look like fucking watermelon kind of cans. Two Four Locals, and I'm like, shit, man. It's that shit'll get you fucked up. Four Loco is like what we used to drink back in the day called 211. We used to drink something called 211 Steel Reserve. It was made by Colt 45 back when 40s were real popular. Gas, man. That shit is gas, man. I don't boycott for politics. I like that you said that, cabron. I boycott services. I don't boycott for. I like that you said that because it has more meaning when you say I'm not out there fucking just because all these cabrones, half of them could believe what I don't believe. So I don't know why they're here for. You know what I mean? Half of them could be Beavis and Buttheads and just be out there for fucking clout, and I don't know, or to tear shit up, and then that gets attached to me, and I was out there. But again, they're trying to cancel people. Boycott, boycott. Mario Lopez, they're trying to cancel Mario Lopez. Where has he been? He hasn't said nothing. Job, J-O-P. Who else do they want to cancel? Say something, say something. The fuck are they supposed to do? When you say jump, say how high? Come on, man. Cut that out. Castilian, that's right, cabrón. That's right, man. Oh yeah, that's chingon, cabrón, man. Put a castle on the chest, wait. That's what you should have blasted right here, man. That's why I'm doing the cut. Okay, Wednesday night we're gonna go deep on Alexa Carrasco. Thursday night I'm gonna go live, from the second chess session cover up, and then right there we're shooting the shit. All the tattoo artists again. I'll be shooting the shit like I did last time, but I'll bring you guys on there. All right, I'm out, you guys. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. If you're listening on the replay. If you just tuned in and you didn't see the Swapmeet official Santa Fe Springs Swapmeet statement, go back on the live and watch it and read it, see what it says, and drop your opinion below. Whether you're listening on the replay, drop your question or opinion at the timestamp. All you got to do is go to the right of the chat bar. There's a little clock. It's a timestamp button. Hit that timestamp button and then drop your comment. It'll let me know where you heard that from and what you had to say. And if it's interesting enough, I'll bring it back on the platform. I'll tell you that. All right, you guys. Mexica, that's right, my boy. That's right. All right, you guys, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow night from Chicano Street Studio. We're going to be talking about Alexa Carrasco, deep diving into the whole situation. Phone lines will be open. I'm out, you guys. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.